Good morning, students. Let's be talking about the next chapter. This is Animal Kingdom, chapter number 4. This chapter related to the classification of animal basis on their similarities and differences, and these classes classification based on the groups and subgroups. This is the overview of classification of animal. Two categories of animals: vertebrates and invertebrates. Around 9 phylums in the invertebrates and one phylum which is chordata in vertebrates, having 5 different classes and more than 5 different classes we discuss here. Classification of animals: there are about 7.7 million animal species which were show a great diversity of life. So to express the relationship between different organisms, there is need of classification because animals are huge in number, so we have to classify them for proper arrangement and proper understanding of the living organisms, especially animals. It involves arrangement of organism into different groups on the basis of their similarities and differences. Those living organisms are similar with each other, they are in same group, and those are different from each other, they are in different group. Classification help in assigning definite taxonomy system and take position of a species from where we are placing the living organism or animal. Now, what are the basis of classification of animals? First, very general is habitat, the living place, body temperature, fixed or not, excretory system, which type of waste materials they are releasing, body symmetry, when we cut body into two parts, they are symmetrical or not, level of organization, cellular level, tissue level, organ level, and organ system level organization. Skeleton: inside the body, endoskeleton; on the surface of the body, exoskeleton. Circulatory system: open circulatory system and closed circulatory system. Notochord: it is present or not. Germinal layer or germ layer: there are 3 types of germ layers: ectoderm, endoderm, and mesoderm. Based on the presence of these layers, we classify the living organism. Digestive system: which type of digestive system, complete or incomplete. Body plans: there are 3 types of body plans, and based on the body plans we can classify the living organism. And nature of coelom: coelom means body cavity, it is present or not. Let's start with the habitat. First is aquatic animals. These animals live in water, maybe marine or fresh water. These are some examples of animals. Those are aquatic animals. Terrestrial animals, land animals, different categories of these animals. Fossorial animals, basically they always live in burrow. Earthworm, snake, rabbits are some examples. Arboreal animals, they live on trees. Bats, monkeys, and other animals. Scansorial animals, basically they climb on walls and rocks. Lizard is a very good example. Flying squirrel is one example. Now we're talking about aerial animals, so they can fly and go to air. Insects, birds, bats are the aerial animals. Crussorial animals, they are fast running animals like horse, rabbit, lion, tiger. Level of organizations: the first level of organization is cellular organizations, means living organisms are multicellular or animals are multicellular, but these cells do not have any coordinations. These cells perform their individual performance or perform their individual functions. No tissue or organ level present in this type of organization. Tissue level organization means many cells are present and having some coordination between the cells, and these coordination produce tissue and perform specific functions through tissues. Organ level organizations mean these tissues coordinate with each other and form organs, and these organs perform specific functions. And last one is organ system organization. The body is very complicated, multicellular animals having organs. The organ coordinate with each other and form a system like respiratory system, digestive system, nervous system, and so on. They perform specific functions. Now, body plans. This is a structure, development and structure process. A body plan is a group of structure and development characteristics that can be used to identify a group of animals. The shape and size of the animal show great diversity, and all these places animal have three types of body plans. First is cell aggregate plans. Basically, this is related to cellular organization. In this type of body, just the aggregation of cells with no coordination between them and little differentiation. Sponge is very good example of this type of body plan. Blind sac body plan means in this body multicellular animal has tissue or organ system organization, but there is an incomplete alimentary canal. Only single opening is present for taking food and release out waste material. Flatworm is a very good example, and this is hydra. Through the mouth or there is a one opening, can take the food and release out waste. Next one is tube within a tube plan. Means this multicellular animal has organ system organization, complicated structure, and is with complete alimentary canal having two separate opening, mouth and anus. Mouth for take food and anus for release out waste. This is a good example of tube within a tube plan. The body is tube-like structure, and in the alimentary canal is complete. Start with mouth to end with anus. Now, incomplete digestive system, it has one opening as we discussed about the body plan, and complete digestive system has two openings, mouth and anus. The next one is open circulatory system. This type of circulatory system related to a particular organisms like arthropoda, insects and molluscs. Means somewhere blood come out from the blood cells and fill in a cavity. Organ present in the cavity and blood direct come contact with the organs, and through the diffusion process exchange of substances takes place. Closed circulatory system is blood completely circulate in the blood vessels, never come out from the blood vessels, and through the diffusion process substance exchange process takes place. Germinal layer or germ layer. There are three types of germ layers: ectoderm, mesoderm and endoderm. Ectoderm form exoskeleton. Ecto related to outermost layer. Mesoderm middle layer develop into organs, heart, blood vessels. These are the kidney, alimentary canal. Endoderms are the innermost layer and form the inner lining of these organs. Based on the presence of these layers, there are two types of living organism. Diploblastic means only ectoderm and endoderm layer is present. Only two groups related to diploblastic, Porifera and Cnidaria. Ctenophora also diploblastic animals. Next is triploblastic animals means all three germ layers are present: ectoderm, endoderm and mesoderm. Platyhelminthes and most of the animals are diploblastic to chordata human. Next is coelom. Coelom means body cavity. The body cavity which is lined by mesoderm is called coelom. These are the three types of living organism based on the cavity or coelom. First is coelomate. If body cavity is present, they are called coelomate. From Annelida to mollusca and chordata, all are coelomate. Body cavity is present. If body cavity is present but not lined by the mesoderm, this is called false body cavity. There is a one group only, Aschelminthes or Nematida. These animals are pseudocoelomate, means false body cavity. Pseudo means false, coelomate means cavity. This cavity is not real because it is not lined by the mesoderm. And third one is acoelomate, body cavity is totally absent. Platyhelminth is a one example. Hemocoelomate, we know that arthropoda and mollusca having open circulatory system, and due to open circulatory system blood come out from the blood vessels and fill in the cavity. Hem means blood, coelom means cavity. So this blood filled cavity is called hemocoel, and these animals are called hemocoelomate, blood filled cavity animals. This is insect. All the insects are hemocoelomate. And molluscas. Mollusca means octopus, Pila, Unio. In some animals, body is externally as well as internally divided into segments with serial repetition as in earthworm group, Annelida group, and this property is called metameric segments. We are observing the different segments here. Earthworm, and this is Nereis. Body is segmented internally as well as externally. Now body symmetry. Based on the body symmetry, first is symmetrical, when body cannot be divided into two equal parts from any direction. A sponge is a very good example. This is a diagram. We cannot cut equally this sponge. Symmetrical and body can be divided into two similar parts, are mirror image of each other by one or more planes. So we have two types of radial symmetrical, and body can divide into two similar parts by any plane along central axis of body. Example, Echinodermata and Coelenterata hydra. So through so many planes we can cut body. Starfish, so many planes we are observing. Bilateral symmetricals, through only one plane body can divide into two equal parts. Most of the chordates are bilateral. Arthropoda bilateral. Here we observe a fly. Only one plane, the body can be divided into two equal parts. Excretory system. First type of animals are called aminotelic animals because these animals release ammonia as a nitrogen waste. These are mostly aquatic animals, sponge, hydra, aquatic insects like prawn, crab. These are the aquatic animals, Echinodermata and bony fishes. So they are releasing waste in form of the ammonia. Second is ureotelism, means urotelic animal. Urotelic animal release out nitrogen waste, urea as a waste. Mammals, amphibians and cartilage fishes, we are ureotelic. The third one and last one is uricotelism, means these animals release out uric acid as a waste, and these animals are called urotelic. Reptilia, birds and land insects or flying insects are uricotelic, or this phenomena is called uricotelism. Body temperature. Based on the body temperature, two types of animals. Warm-blooded animals means if body temperature is fixed and never change according to the external condition, these animals are called warm-blooded animals. Only two groups related to warm-blooded animals, all the birds and all the mammals. Human is a mammal, so we are warm-blooded animal, and body temperature of human is 37 degrees Celsius. Second group is cold-blooded animals, means body temperature is not fixed, not constant, and change according to the external conditions. Most of the animals are cold-blooded. All the fishes are cold-blooded. Frog, reptiles are cold-blooded animals. Skeleton. Based on the skeleton, first is a exoskeleton, means always present on the surface, outside of the body, on the surface. Maybe it is made up of chitin plates, sclerites, calcium carbonate shell, and epidermal scales and feathers. All the insects are exoskeleton types of animals, and all the molluscas having calcium carbonate shell. The arthropoda and molluscas having exoskeleton, and endoskeleton means inside the body, and basically it is made up of cartilage and bones. All the vertebrates are related to endoskeleton types of animals. Notochord, it is present or not. If it is present, these animals, if it is not present, these animals are called non-chordates, non-vertebrates. Most of the groups are non-chordates: Porifera, Coelenterata, Platyhelminthes, Nematoda, Annelida, Arthropoda, Mollusca, Echinodermata. All are non-chordates. Second is chordates. All the fishes, frog, reptiles, birds and mammals chordates. They have notochord throughout the life. Third one is protochordata, means these animals possess notochord but not throughout the life, any stage of the life. Maybe at the beginning of the, or maybe at the end of the life, they having notochord but not throughout the life. Thank you very much.